After 6 rounds, we have had 4 winners and 11 podium sitters. It has been an incredible season. It is getting better and better every round. Well, it's definitely not one to miss here at China. Hello and welcome to round 7 in F7. We're going to be in for an absolute treat here at China. Well, in real life, they were supposed to be racing at this exact circuit yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. They were supposed to be racing here yesterday. Well, if we can't do it in real life, we 100% can in the virtual world as well. We're in for an absolute treat. Thank you for your company here today as we bring you coverage from this Shanghai International Circuit. 16 corners in total, 2 DRS zones for the drivers to overtake, and overtaking can be easy but hard sometimes at the same time, because through the middle part of the lap it can be a bit of a horrid time if you are the car behind, and you do not want to be the car behind, because dirty air, and you definitely don't want to be stuck behind for too long. But yeah, okay, we're getting into it now. First of all, I haven't even introduced myself. In the commentary box, my name is Omi. Ace sadly is not able to make it today, so you're stuck with me for the whole session. My first full session, I guess, let's say, back since Singapore, basically round 2 of the season. We are now at round 7, so I've been here and about, yes, but I've not done a full session here for long, so I haven't been able to have the glories of qualifying, watching these drivers push to the absolute max. I've always been joining in the races because I've actually had to cover F6, and if anyone was trying to watch F6, sadly they, even though it was so close, the championship battle, sadly it was not sadly it wasn't able to be broadcast today, due to there was some issues for the commentator, sadly, so they weren't able to bring you coverage, but they'll be back next week. But back to me. I guess I'm back here now, so looking forward to it. Now, F6 might be having a brilliant championship battle, but so is F7. F7 is having equally as good of a championship. 2 points separate Mike and Nord, as we now cut to track pictures for you. And is it raining? Is there some rain? It looks like it's overcast. But it's dark, so is the rain going to be coming down? Immediately my eyes are going to the chat to see what the drivers are saying. Always interesting, isn't it, to see what they're saying about this, so then we kind of get an idea about, well, what is the weather looking like. So, but really looking forward to this, everybody, and hopefully you are too. We have 18 minutes and then we will be bringing you coverage of the race. 28 laps around this circuit. You would have just seen at the bottom of your screen that Agent, the man who was denied victory with a penultimate lap puncher last time around, is not qualifying, hasn't started right for him. But here we go, on the set of softs already for the drivers, and all heading out onto the racetrack. We're currently watching the Alfa Romeo of Noel currently push on, and well, not push on his outlap, sorry guys, that's my bad, definitely not push on already. But that's how excited I am for this. Agent's been able to get back in, so really looking forward to this. Now, standing times. Yes, I literally printed it out, and it's literally in front of my face, but still I haven't been able to get around to it. So in the first few minutes of qualifying, I'll let you enjoy the cars, but I'll also take you through some of the standings. So, it's Mike who leads the championship by only 2 points though, only 2 points. It's now in second place. Will he be able to take back the championship lead? Well, that's going to be an interesting question. And then we have Luno in third, Compra, and then we have Daniel, and then we have Max, and then we have Fusion. Yes, got that one right. Xenon, sorry. And then we have Tonstack and Tigo rounding out the top 10, but it is very close in the top 10, and you could easily see changes. I mean, you will 100. I can kind of guarantee you that you're going to see changes, but just outside the top 10 is OSC, and then we have Nathan, Mustache, Nick, and then Georgius, Agent, as we said, who, well, sadly, only managed to score 2 points after that, and his season hasn't gone well. He scored 4 points in the opening round in Barcelona, and then we have Isa, then we have Mitby, then we have Noel, and then Pels, Ollie Joes, and then we have ART, Thomas, Ryan, and Sevla Flair, I believe. I need to get used to some of these names, don't I? Well, I've been covering so many names. I mean, I am used to most of them now. Yeah, I know most of them. But the pronunciation I need to work on. That's the thing I need to work on. I know if someone read out their name, I would obviously be able to tell you. But well, I need to work on the pronunciation of them. But here we are then. F7, round 7. It's 100% going to be a great race. Let's also take you to constructors. Forgot about that once again, even though it's in the basically in my face. Anyway, it's AlphaTauri in the lead with 68 points. Nord and Tigo are currently doing an epic job at the top of the table. Will anyone be able to deny them? Well, that's where Mercedes and Ferrari come in, with Xenon and Max, and Compra and Pels. That's when those two teams come in, and they are both on 62 points, so tied for second place currently, and they are only 6 points off the lead of the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull in 4th position with 53. They're 9 points behind their nearest rival ahead, Ferrari, and then we have Alpine in 5th, who are only 1 point behind Red Bull, and then we have Aston Martin on 41 points. They're 11. They're at 11 behind Alpine, and then we have Alfa Romeo in 7th, Williams in 8th. And then McLaren in 9th. Haas with only 3 points this season. They're still waiting. They're still hoping they can get their season started. And that's what Agent will be hoping. They thought they were going to be getting their seasons properly started, kicked off last time out around Baku. But a late puncher costing the man a brilliant side-by-side to the line. And we love side-by-side to the line. We always do. But now it's all eyes to China. All eyes to the 16 corners of the racetrack. And as you can see currently, all the laps just coming in. So it's Daniel on top. Then we have the 2 Alfa Romeos, Null and Fusion. And then we have Joe's. Then we have Compra. Then we have Oresi, Nord, Tigo, the 2 AlphaTauris together. Tigo off the road there. And then we have Sevla Flair. I think I'll just stick with Flair to make it a bit easy. And then more laps coming in. That was the Mercedes of Max going to 3rd position and splitting the 2 Alfa Romeos now, but these are still early laps. What will the weather do though? I'll see if we have any update on that. And it doesn't look like currently. So all the drivers just focusing, and don't blame them. But here we go then, coming into the pits, OSC now. And yes, a unique pit lane at the circuit. It's definitely a pit lane that we could be seeing some overtaking. I mean, I don't think I'd be shouting unless someone crashed in the pit lane. But you might be seeing me shouting in the race when someone's making an overtake in the pit lane. But we always love something unique, don't we? We always love something unique. And so here we go, joining and watching the different drivers. Here is Mike, your championship leader, in 13th place currently for Alpine. And he's just going through. He'll be hoping for a better lap, but his nearest rival currently, Nord, isn't too far up the road. He's only a 9th for now, but still improvements to come. Time-wise though, he is clear right now off Mike. But Luno, third place runner as well. He's also around that pack. So it's currently Daniel on top, who sits in 5th place in the championship. And then Compera also there as well, who is in 4th. And we could be seeing Compera. If Compera can get a good race, you never know. We could see him getting... Now obviously the championship battle, it's been switching and changing quite a bit this season. So you might be seeing some drivers who were in the championship battle or were looking very strong at the beginning. But, well, it's changing and changing. Now you could see Compera back in it later on as well. But here we go then. But here is one thing for you. It looked like at the beginning of the season when we came into this championship that it was AlphaTauri domination. Nordic ahead of Tigo. It's changed. I mean, AlphaTauri is still doing well. We want to see them up there. Yes, we do. But other teams, it looked like it was one of their strong tracks. Or they've done a lot of practice around there. Because they were so quick and the field were just not able to get close to them at all. And Spain was, I would say, the most boring race of the season. Other than that, now it's basically exploded. Now the racing has exploded this season. It took them time, but now they're giving us some absolute thrillers. And we can currently see Nathan, the only driver, currently pushing on the racetrack. The others are either in the pits on their out laps or on their in laps. But we're now on board with a Williams driver who just goes... who lifts a tiny bit, then you apply the power once again, and now foot to the floor through the section. You're making your way all the way down towards turn number 11, and you're going to be setting up the straight now, and then you want to place the car right on the inside car momentarily, then run it right out wide, and you're now preparing yourself for a very long straight, and it is very long. It's like it's never ending sometimes. And then DRS, you have to wait a bit to open the DRS. But there you go. And now you're heading down into the hairpin of turn number 14. Best overtaking opportunity in the race. You go into the braking zone. You go back on the power. And now you make your way through 15. Barely a corner. You don't need to worry about 15. You're 16 now. The last challenge of this racetrack. Run the car out wide. Don't want to run it too wide though and invalidate your lap. But let's see what he can do over the line. He's in 7th position currently as it stands. And Williams 8th in the championship. They'll be hoping they can get some more points today. But it is Daniel currently in 1st position. That's the lap to beat currently at 1 minute 32.391. Who's going to be able to get close to that? Noel is currently attempting that. And it's not really, I mean, you'll see improvements. It's not that once drivers can get a good lap in, it's not really too... I mean, you can see that, I mean, in front of your screens now, Noel's finding an improvement. So he's currently on top, but it's not that much, it's not that big of a lap to beat. So you're going to be seeing a lot of drivers be able to go to the top, but then Daniel can just top them again. So that's basically how this session works. You're going to see improvement by some drivers, then Daniel might be able to fight back, because it's not like that Daniel's now going to sit back and chill, because I mean, you cannot sit back and chill. You don't have a chance with there could be massive improvements. Let's see, coming around the corner and through 16 and into the barriers for Noel. And that's what happens. He just got a bit unsettled coming out the 16th corner. Maybe a bit too greedy on the power, losing it a bit, and maybe overdoing it a tiny bit as well. But 1 second, guys, as I'm solo, unfortunately I haven't been able to get a break either, because I've been writing notes, preparing and doing all of that for so long. So Daniel extends his advantage currently as well, and then Nick, the 2 Aston Martins at front currently. Nick's able to beat his teammate, and we have Fusion going to the front row. And I think my game's gone. 1 second, guys. 1 sec, we'll be back.